What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk about one thing to avoid as your income increases. Some people may call it, keeping up with the Joneses, but when your income increases, a lot of times people increase their liabilities. So you see people, as they have a higher income in their business, or if you have a job, a higher income in your job, people buy more things or get attached to more liabilities. So for example, a lot of people, or some people would get a bigger car. Some people would get a bigger house. Maybe get different credit cards. New credit cards, and you have to be careful with that because that's a hard way, or it's a hard way, I say, to build wealth if you keep increasing your liabilities. Because it's always going to be a new car, it's always going to be a bigger house with this and that, and it's going to always be new things that come out. So I'm not saying just be content with life and just be content with what you have. But what I'm saying is, if you want something better, if you feel like, hey, I want a bigger car now, or I want a bigger house now, I would say the best thing to do is plan for those purchases. So just because you have a bigger increase as far as with your pay or your income, doesn't mean that you need to go out right away and just buy a bigger car or a bigger house. It just means that, hey, if you do now, it just means that you do have a higher income. So now you can be able to come up with a plan to be able to buy that bigger car. So for example, if you want that bigger car, instead of just automatically getting that car, maybe say, hey, since I have a bigger shovel, a bigger income, let me try to save up a good down payment, so I can pay off a good chunk of the car right away. So that's a great way of planning, instead of you just going to the dealership and just, for example, not putting anything down, and then you have this big car note you have. But if you plan for it, you can have something in place. You can have a big down payment in place, or you can have this business that you have set up with this passive income to be able to pay your car note. There's things like that, just planning for purchases instead of just doing stuff. And I thought about this because I was talking to a buddy who's in the car industry, and he was talking about someone who came to his dealership, and they had like a very low credit score, but they had a new job with a great high income. And just because you have great income and you may get approved or something, doesn't mean that you need to actually do it, because the person was approved for car loan, even though her credit score, I believe, was in maybe like the late 400s or the early 500s. He was still approved for the car loan, but she was approved at a very high interest rate, and so you had to look at it. I think he was stating that her main thing was, hey, I got the income and I want this car. It's one of my dream cars. I'm gonna do it. And you have to be careful with that, because just because you can do something or you approve of something doesn't mean that you should just do it. You need to plan for stuff and have a plan when you buy big purchases, and that way you can come out better instead of just doing spontaneous purchases and kind of having that YOLO mentality as it comes with money. You only live once mentality. Let me do it. So always plan for purchases. Just because you have a bigger income doesn't mean you should just automatically go out and just buy something bigger and just add on more debt or add on more liabilities. Always plan for bigger purchases. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you found value in this video, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. I post new videos every day, or at least every week. I just want to help you guys out and just share some knowledge. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. And I appreciate you guys. Peace.